Hello everyone, I greet in the name of God Almighty. My name is Apostle Silas, and today we have a very interesting video to react to. And this one says that Islamic banking system coming to Russia. Okay, I believe that this is going to be a very interesting video. I believe this could be one of the results of shall I say the BRICS nation or something like that. But then let's get out to the video before we can be able to know more about it. So if today happens to be the first time of you checking out my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Facebook and Instagram. And if you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section and I'm going to check it out. So guys, before we get on to the video, I'm a theologian and I make this video not to discredit anyone's religion. This is basically for educational purposes, and I believe that at the end of this video we all are going to learn from this. So let's get on to this video and check this out.
Back in July, Russia's lower house of parliament passed a bill to introduce an experimental Islamic banking system in the country's mostly Muslim regions. The pilot project will start on September 1st and will last for 2 years. According to some estimates, Muslims make up nearly 10% of Russia's 143 million people, with 4 areas in the country's south having the highest concentration. By next month, the Russian regions of Chechnya, Dagestan, Tatarstan, and Bashkortostan will have the option of conducting their finances in an Islamic-based banking system. Russian financial analysts believe that changes will help the country build new economic links with Muslim countries across the Gulf and Asia. Islamic banking practices forbid the charging of interest on loans and instead offer partnerships and participation in both profits and losses on certain investments. The system is gaining global popularity in financial hubs like London, Kuala Lumpur, Riyadh, and Dubai. The move comes as Russia looks for new economic partners amid ongoing Western sanctions.
As Muslims, we believe that the Islamic banking system is the only acceptable system. All interest-based systems are forbidden. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said that Allah curses the one who consumes riba, the one who gives it, the one who witnesses over it, and the one who writes down the transaction. It is amongst the major sins in Islam, as this evil practice that is widespread today completely destroys society. And we will indeed witness the collapse of the Western monetary system. It's similar to a time bomb that will eventually self-destruct upon itself, with damages that will be unlike ever before in history. Just take a look at the world debt clock. The public debt to GDP ratio in America is at a staggering 91.90%.
I'm Muslim and I try to stay away from riba, and riba one of the biggest sin Allah mentioned in Quran, and people underestimate this. Riba can kill not couple people, they kill all like cities, countries. You know, I know a lot of people like big businessmen, when they realize what is this riba, and they have like big contracts they offer, like big banks. They want to invest, and when they understand this is riba, they say no. They say no, only 1%, no, 0.5%, no. Same thing, 0.5% or 50%. No is no, riba is riba, you know. And it's a little bit sad to understand that there is not too many invest companies like who can help billions Muslim people who want to stay away from riba.
There are a tremendous amount of reasons why Islam prohibits riba. Number one, it's exploitative because the lender and the borrower are in a relationship where borrower is taking all the risk. It allows people to amass large amounts of wealth off the back of those who are in need of it, where it is designed that those who are wealthy stay wealthy and continue to amass tremendous amounts of wealth while those who don't stay poor. You look at the system today, if you go to buy things, the more money you have, the less you pay for things. And the poorer you are, which means you're going to have a poor economic standing, you're probably going to have a poor credit score and all of these things, then you're going to pay more for goods, you're going to pay more for services, you're going to pay more for almost anything that you have to purchase. It creates this two-class system of the haves and the have-nots. One of the principles of Islam is to establish equity between human beings, like that we all can try to get on a level playing field. Islam prohibits riba because of this exploitative nature that allows a system like we've seen today, where people have and people don't.
When we talk about riba, speak about riba quite a bit, and it's one of those sins you can't really understand its implication, which we'll discuss later, inshallah. One of the key things, though, is that You see, the way interest and riba is that it makes money for those who have money. It makes the rich richer. Whereas the Islamic principles of investing and money flowing into society is that money is distributed so it finds the talent. And so if someone has talent, this is what they bring to the table, and you who have money, you bring capital, and then you both grow. You saw it's an equilibrium in terms of uplifting society, as opposed to just money lending, which means one party just gets richer and richer, and you can have all the talent in the world, but you'll never get the opportunity.
You never get really out of debt going through interest. You know
No,
what I mean?
subhanallah.
Riba is such a dhulm and oppression, right? You put a down payment, and the original payments you make are all interest, not principal. Very little bit of principal. Let's say you were paying payments for 10 years out of a 30-year mortgage, and then COVID hits and you lose your job, and may Allah protect us all, and a hardship comes and you get sick, and now you got medical bills. Now you can't make your payments. You know what does the bank do? They take your house. They return your principal? No. Down payment? Gone. Your credit? Gone. Your wife? Gone. You're broke. Except if she's a good religious wife like the sisters here, then inshallah you're okay. Now what happens? You can't get a cell phone because you don't have good credit anymore. You can't rent a car. You can't rent an apartment. Why? Because when they went to get an apartment, the apartment complex said, let's see your credit score. See, what a trick. And then we're like, there's a homeless population problem. Well, I wonder why. Right? But as Muslims, we have solutions.
The religion of Islam has the solutions to every problem that is facing society today, because it is the system and way of life from our Creator. And without doubt, our Creator knows what is best for His creation.
Wow. This is interesting. This is very interesting video about this Islamic banking system, you understand, that is being introduced to Russia. Now, I do not have access to some of the policies that guide, you understand, some of these Islamic banking system and how they are going to operate. But then when you listen to this video, of course, they're talking about riba, that is interest. And I see this riba and interest as a very vast topic that you kind of need logic to be able to understand, you understand, what some of these things, you understand, means. I know that, you understand, in the Quran, or maybe probably in the hadith of the Prophet, that was, shall I say, advising or saying that Muslims should not, you understand, engage themselves, you understand, in this riba. And that's when he went further to talk about how God is going to punish, you understand, the ones who collected, who even wrote it down, and then who even give, you understand, those riba. It means that it has a lot of implications. And then in my own understanding, I feels like this riba thing, or the interest, was being discouraged because maybe probably the people as of that time were being, you understand, exploited. And then that's why, you understand, maybe the Prophet feels like, no, look, this interest or this riba thing, you understand, should not be found, you understand, in between, you understand, Muslim. And then therefore, if somebody, you understand, have a need, then therefore you should be able to walk up to the person, explain to the person. Then if the person give to you, then the same amount of money that the person give to you, then you should be able to what? To return it back to the person without interest. Probably the reasons why maybe he says so is, that's per my own understanding. I am not saying per the Quranic, you understand, explanation or how it is, you understand, in the hadith. No, that's not what I'm saying. But maybe probably I feels like maybe probably some people, maybe they have taken some amount of money from you, and maybe probably you have actually maybe agree that probably if the person take it, is going to get 5% or 10% interest, you understand, from it. Now the person, you understand, take the money. If you look at it at this point in time, the person who gives the money is not in so much risks, but the person who collect the money, right, probably the person want to go and invest the money on something, or he want to use the money to do a particular thing, hoping that he can be able to do one or two things to be able to get the money back, and then from there they can give the money back to the person whom they collect the money from, right? But you know that life is full of a lot of uncertainty, right? Now you have already do that and maybe probably agreed on a particular date in which such a money should be given back, right? And then now you realize that people go on to do their businesses, so many things can happen, right? Maybe something could happen. It could be government policies, it could be natural disasters, you know, something can happen, and then it can affect that very particular business. But then what that is there is the person who gives you, in a sense, that very money, you have to return that money back to the person, and then together with interest. So let's look at it in the way that maybe probably something happened at that point in time. That person is going to become what? Very depressed. That person, if care is not taken, depending on the amount, you have been hearing people, you understand, committing suicide or become very depressed. And why? Because of maybe the excess loans or things that they have taken, you understand, the money have borrowed from people that they cannot be able to pay back. It's not everyone who can handle it. Some people, you understand, can even commit suicide in the process, and then maybe that's why the prophet first like, no, let's just discourage people from doing this kind of a thing, which is my personal opinion, though I may not know, it could be why, you know, say he says so. I believe that the Muslim will understand much more better to why he says so. But then one thing that maybe that calls my attention to this this riba thing when I was watching this video is, now let's look at it this way. Let's assume I have some amount of money. Probably I have let's say $50, and then somebody came to me, hey, Apostle, please, I need $50, and I said I want to make use of it to do this, to do that. Now me, in the other way around, I have the $50. Probably I kind of have this money and I want to use to do something, right? Maybe to do something that can be able to like help me to be able to make either more of the money or something, right? Now I give the money back to the person in the hope that I'm going to get that $50 maybe probably in the next 6 months or in the next 1 year, for instance. It's just an instance. Now after that very point time, then the person bring back the $50, or you understand, yeah, without any interest, right? Then what is the gain? Or maybe probably as he go, then maybe something could happen and then maybe the money is gone. But then let's assume that he bring back the money. There is something that will happen to the money. You bear with me that the $50 of last year is different from $50 of today. Why? Because of what? Inflation. Inflation always acts in our economy, and if inflation acts in our economy, it means that the prices of the goods and of goods, in a sense, they go high, they increase, right? Therefore, what you used to use $50 to buy as of last year, maybe probably you need to spend what, around $60 or $70 or even close to $80 to buy what you used to buy $50 as of last year. Now I gave this money that could have kept it. Now I gave it out, and at the end of the day, the money have devalued. What do you think, in a sense, should happen to such a person? I want us to be very logical in trying to kind of explaining these kind of things. So at that point in time, don't you think that if we says that we should not do that, it's going to discourage people from giving out, in a sense, monies in trying to help some kind of people, that then they feel like, okay, fine, I don't want to give you because probably if I give you, something might happen to it, and if something might happen to you, what will I do? Maybe probably nothing. So therefore, let me not even help the person. But then why not? Then maybe some people could feel like, maybe probably I feel maybe that's why some people feel like, okay, fine, why not I give to the person, and then knowing fully whether I'm going to have a little interest in it, which can kind of balance the inflation. Because whether we like it or not, there's always inflation, and then since there's inflation, the purchasing power of that very, you understand, of that money, of that currency, always, you understand, it does go low. There's the money always, you understand, depreciate, and then therefore the prices of the goods and services that maybe probably you want to buy always go high, right? So what do you think we should do? Don't you think that if, you understand, all those things have been taken off? Because if we are to look at this video, then I could interpret it this way, that as a Muslim, you are not supposed to work in a bank. That's how I understand it. It means that as a Muslim, you are not supposed to work in a bank. Why? Because banks, in a sense, give out loans, and then they gain interest from it. You see the thing? And then this video I've made to understand that God is going to punish who writes it down. So you may say that, oh, but I don't know, give interest. But as far as you're in the bank do that, so automatically, you understand, you're going to get punished. But therefore, that's my own way of interpreting this. I know that a lot of you have an opinion concerning this and how you understand this very riba thing. But one thing I'm going to do is, I know a lot of you will say a lot of things concerning this, and you are free to say that. So what I will do is, concerning this Islamic banking system in Russia, right, that they are introducing, talking about this riba, all the comments that you are going to see, I am going to make a video next week concerning this, and I'm going to read some of your comments or some of the things that you understand about riba, and then we are going to have a dialogue or a discussion, you understand, with you guys. So whatever you think or that you have to say, you understand, concerning this riba, I'm going to mention your name and what you say, you understand, about riba at the comment section. I believe that God is going to bless us, you understand, as we do so. So whatever you think about this riba, whether it's right or wrong, or some of the reasons why, you understand, people do it, or why you think that, understand, it is wrong, just drop everything at the comment section, and I'm going to read it out to everyone, you understand, next week, and God is going to bless you. So this is the end of my video. If you like my reaction, you should like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section, and I'm going to check it out. Don't always forget to drop where you are commenting from, and I see you next week. Bye bye.